when I tell you, people will try you and then gaslight you and make you think that you're the problem. Hey guys, it's your girl Renee. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a long week, but guys, let me tell you, I have something good to talk about today, okay? One of the things that I want to dive into is setting healthy boundaries. It's so important to set boundaries in your friendships and in your relationships because, when I tell you, people will try you and then gaslight you and make you think that you're the problem when truly you are just healing in your own time and you're trying to set boundaries to keep from reverting back to the old version of you. So if that is you, baby, come on, sit down, and we're gonna talk about it. So recently I had to have an uncomfortable conversation with someone regarding my expectations for friendship. And I think a lot of times when we have friends, we think, okay, well, this person has been down with me since, we was in grade school, or yeah, I've known her for over 15 years, for over 10 years. But does that mean that the friendship is actually serving you in this season? Because a lot of times people are kind of just taking up space in our life and we don't want that. And so sometimes you have to do a reset, right? Because I don't believe just cutting people off without truly explaining to them or helping them understand like where you are in life, right? So with anything, sometimes you have to kind of do check-ins like you would in relationships. You have to do those same check-ins in friendships to just kind of reevaluate if the friendship is working for either parties. One of the ways to set healthy boundaries is to have a very clear understanding of what your expectations are in the friendship. So that way you won't put these expectations on people that they never signed up for or that they're not even aware of. Because maybe loyalty is important to you, but if you've never expressed that loyalty is important to you in a friendship, you may think, oh, that's a no-brainer. Isn't loyalty important to everyone? Not necessarily, right? So by you explaining what your expectations are, it takes out any guessing. So that way, if the friendship does have to end, there's no question as to why, okay? Because we live in a drama-free life in 2024, all right? And this is how you get rid of the headache. If there are people in your life who may not make the cut this season, okay, and you may have to have the uncomfortable conversations, then one of the things I want you to keep in mind of is the way that you approach the person, right? Yes, you're evolving, there's a new version of you, and that's great, but it is important to have the conversation and not just ghost someone or just fade out, right? Because if this person is a friend and you care about them, then you should care about how the relationship ends. Because different people have different seasons that they're going through. And so maybe the version that you're getting of this person right now it may not be a version that you accept, but it's a temporary version of this person just because they're going through something. So by having a conversation, it helps you to understand, okay, is this just what you're going through that's making you act out in this way, or is this a reveal of the character in which you truly have? Because there's a difference. Because one of the important things in a relationship is trust and communication. So you should be able to communicate your boundaries and you should be able to trust that person to make sure that they don't cross those boundaries. And vice versa, right? Life is all about reciprocation. Ask that person, what is it? What's your boundaries? What are your triggers? What are things that you aren't comfortable with? How do you like to be spoken to? Those are all conversations that really need to be had in the beginning stages of a relationship, really in the talking phase, so that you can better understand someone and you know whether or not you're even compatible for a relationship. Because if this person loves to argue and fight and you're like, hey, I'm in a different space. I'm healed. You know, I dealt with, you know, verbal abuse in the past. That is not something that makes me feel safe or makes me feel comfortable. Then that is a boundary, right? For my fellas, if she gets angry, and when she gets angry, she gets drunk or she hits you, like, those are boundaries, right? Like a woman who gets sloppy drunk, that can lead to you having to fight her battles if you're out in public. It leads to her being violent, and ultimately it will lead into you guys having a physical altercation, right? So that may be a boundary for you. Like, hey, listen, you have to either know how to control your liquor or make sure that, you know, you don't drink past a certain amount, whatever discussion may be, right? Also, even with hitting, right? A lot of women feel like, oh, it's okay to hit a guy because I'm emotional. No, that is an absolute no and a major boundary, right? Because you don't want to do something to someone that you don't want them to do to you. So if you don't want him to hit you back, please do not ever put your hands on a man, okay? Another form of boundaries is emotions, right? Everyone needs a safe space for their feelings. So in the friendship, if you're telling someone that please don't say these things because it's affecting me, right? And they don't stop, they're not respecting your boundaries. In a relationship, if you tell someone that something personal to you and they go back and tell somebody, or they throw it back in your face in an argument, they have now broken the trust in a relationship. That is a boundary. So all of these things are important to communicate so that people can better understand you, because men are not mind readers and women are not psychics. Even though we think we have intuition as a, you know, supernatural power, we still are not psychics. So having these uncomfortable conversations, yet very healthy conversations about boundaries, is very important. And let me tell you, it has been a game changer in my friendships, and it has been a game changer in my relationships, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So guys, we're gonna wrap it up today, but I do hope you come back for just more life advice, life hacks, productivity hacks, self-development topics, because we have to get to the better, healed, improved, sexy version of ourselves, okay? Because what's life without evolution? So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, and in a comment below, you know, talk about some of your boundaries. What is a major boundary for you? Because listen, we all can learn and grow from each other. Bye guys, till next time.